We want you to watch this video and we will return. We are still here on Voice of the People Television Morning Buzz.
I'm a general. Yeah, I'll go back a general. What are your name? A bag we make kibble. Yeah, when I indicate when I'm Papa Gaka Hana Papa. It's what Nama General. Keogawa Yama. Trout. They are your fma. What do Tony Gahu? Kewanagawa Umuele. Ebeke Honorable Chairman Naj. What are your name? Shops need never close. When you wanyas, my hammer everywhere. They deserted. Almost school, Ogra school. Also, can you like? Like what do you hear? Almost school anywhere. What do you hear? Aga school town, but which Gam Konao, with Junction, Ulo General, let somebody. Yeah, when of ma. What do you hear? School as a school as a what do to onye, Ega Hunoso. No, Irua Hama etamchi, ete badi, etaka Hamadi. What do to onye Ega Hum? One woman. Anama Abakwa no one also for safety because some and with the one. So that is the thing. Umuele Ebeka now the Fati Kegro. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's very pathetic. I think beyond pathetic, it's from the interpretation. First, apologies that it was in a language, not English, but hey, it's still a Nigerian language. It's what the person we're trying to say is at that Umuele, such place, that there were bombshells, explosive, IED that went off. And after that, everybody deserted. That students, market women, everybody deserted the area. And nobody, as is speaking, is talking about whether children will go to school again, whether markets would resume its operation, you know. And these are rural areas. They're not urban areas. So there's a question ringing in my head. Is Nigeria now somewhat a war zone? Is there an unknown fight that Nigerians do not know about? Because for such things to be in rural areas, as in planted in rural areas, that's what actually scared the people of that community. And from what he is saying, everybody far and near that area has vacated. It's a question. It questions the security system in the country. Now we're talking about insecurity. We talked about, yesterday we said, I had an analyst who talked about the fact that the president did what they did, the state of emergency, because there was insecurity in Rivers State. Now, are we going to also declare state of emergency in this particular state, in this particular community, and in Benue State, and in the northern states? So what is happening? Is Nigeria at war? So I'm first going to ask Felix. I believe you're still here. So I just interpreted what that video is saying. The guy in the video said that an explosive went off. They don't know who kept it. But explosive went off in that rural area and everybody took to their heels. Nobody is in sight. So from what you can see, he's the only one who you can see in that video because he was trying to make reference to what happened. He said that everybody has vacated because an explosive went off. Who put it, we don't know. So, and again, I'm going to reiterate it, it's a rural area. So what do you think is actually happening? What do you think is happening? Is Nigeria at war? Nigerians, should they take to their heels? Or are we treading on dangerous terrains here?
every insecurity you see in every community is a product of bad governance.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you. I want to bring you up to speed because this particular video happened this week. This particular
Okay.
thing happened this week. And mind you, that the explosive that went off in Benue State was also this week.
Sure. So, as I said earlier, every insecurity you see in a community is a result of bad governance. And with this incident that just happened this week, we were also not expecting within this same week that the aide to the president would tell us we are making progress, this one, that one. Because if we are even at war, it is internal. Most of these guys that are doing these things are Nigerians. And the few that are not Nigerians are working hand in hand with the Nigerians to perpetrate some of these things. And most of these things are a true reflection of their displeasure with the nature and kind of government and governance that we have in the country. I was privileged to be in Maiduguri, Borno State, from 2007 down to 2010. So Boko Haram was given birth to while I was around there. I knew very much the Lagos Street there in Borno, where Yusuf used to have his Islamic school in front of one house, one dilapidated building like that. We do pass there every time, to go to the Monday market there. And then you will see them, they were there doing these things gradually. What was he telling his followers? The message was simple, that these people who are in government have been exposed to Western education. Western education have made them to lose their humanity, sense of man's humanity to man. So much so that they can pack monies that are accruable to a state. One person can pack such kind of amount of money, squander it, and subject a lot of people, over hundreds of thousands of people, into poverty and hunger, which will lead to their death. That these people, those who are not exposed to this, will not think this way and think of amassing wealth. A lot of Nigerians who are hungry, unexposed, to education, can be very gullible. And most of them are in a huge number. That is a bad teaching. That is a bad policy or kind of training. But it gradually found its way. Do you know where the thing became so much pronounced and it got a lot of footing? They were now calling some of these Almajiri boys. They will call the Almajiri boy and say, you have been begging on this street for years. Since when you were 2, 3, you were begging. This house that you people used to enter and collect food, some of these children today were born when you were already going in and begging. They were born here, they grew up here, they stole monies to make your life comfortable and sent them to school. They've gone abroad, they came back, now they are driving flashy cars and you're still coming in here and begging in their houses. Come, let's deal with them. And they were teaching them bombing, how to make some of these local explosives and all whatnot. The level of inequality economically and otherwise in this country is so evident that the elites are rubbing it on the faces of the masses. It is government. As much as these things are wrong, they are wrong. It should be condemned at every point. But Nigerians who are hungry can be easily deceived and cajoled into some of these acts. Some of these things can be politically motivated. Some people want power out of desperation for power. They will go and put up some of these insecurity tendencies so that it will make the people to now speak bad of the government of the day. But if government can be fair, if government can ensure adequate security and protection of the lives of the people, look at what we just said. The police came 2 days afterwards. There are questions to ask. Is it that because the Nigerian police is an average Nigerian too, he has family, he has children and wives who are looking up to them? Is it that they are not properly armed to curtail some of these things? That is why they shy away and only just put up a reactive appearance when the deed has been done, so that it won't be said that there was no police presence. Or are they complicit to the crime?
Okay, Honorable Pascal, let me just come in there. Sincerely, I also take it up from that particular point where you talked about the Nigerian police getting to the point or telling us that they heard after 2 days. Okay, I would like to come straight to the studio to talk with Dr. Anosike. So, Doctor, looking at the situation, okay, first the Nigerian police was saying that they got the information 2 days after, okay, and this situation is not the only situation that actually happened simultaneously, or let's say 2 in 1 week, which is really bad for Nigerian government, okay. Now, let us talk about how our JTF, Joint Task Force, intentionally gets to look away, okay? I won't call it out of negligence, I won't call it oversight. We still have places in Nigeria, in the core north, okay, where they've actually deserted that particular area. I'm talking about the force now. They don't even go there anymore. There is a road inward Kaduna Kafanchan to Jos that they will tell you there is a particular community from 5 p.m. You can't even drive that particular road because you are on your own. The bandits have actually taken over that particular area. They kidnap at ease, at their will. So in a situation like this, the president called for state of emergency in Rivers when it was just about pipe, was it pipe explosion or just a pipe vandalization? And some people were already instigating some talks, okay, verbally. And he called for immediate a state of emergency. But the elders in the northern region of this nation, they have been calling on the president to declare a state of emergency in the northeast, including northwest, north central. But till now, the president has not deemed it fit to do that. What would you make out, or would make of all of this particular situation? Ravaging the nation. Insecurity is actually growing. We are not counting that particular indices, or we are not talking about all of that. But it is very easy for them to give us different facts and figures as regards to their 14, 16 trillion and thereabouts. Doctor, I would like to take your comments on this.
Well, for me, it's not just in the north. It's everywhere. I was with a World Bank team that went to Rivers State on this MDG, SDG. We couldn't go to Bonny area. We were with 14 mobile policemen, but they told us that we cannot go to Bonny, that Bonny is not safe.
Even with your mobile police?
They told us, don't go to Bonny, that Bonny is not safe. So it's everywhere. So, but for me, which every mechanical engineering student can manufacture a bomb. So this is not an America-Russia thing. It's what everybody can do.
So, no, Doctor, what are you saying? Are you saying that the fact that what we see now, because looking at the scenario, is actually, these are different locations. The Benue incident is different from this incident because this is somewhere in the east. And even if, are you saying a school child
That's
manufactured?
in the south, not in the southeast.
No, this one that happened, this video we saw?
It's in the south.
Did you
That's
get?
Delta State. It's not the southeast.
Well, but it's not the same as Benue State. So are you saying it's the school children that manufacture those devices? That are manufacturing those devices?
Excuse me. Let us get this thing straight. The people always attributed this thing to herdsmen. You don't carry IED about. You don't carry grenades about. Understand me? What they carry to scare people is their assault rifle, their AK-47. They don't have that time to begin to to manufacture grenades, IEDs. Understand? And this is a school. A grenade can stay for 40 years, 50 years.
Of course.
Before, understand me?
Yeah.
So it is. So for me, I will not attribute it to the herdsmen.
So what are you?
I will not no.
So what
I'm not being objective when I talk. These guys are wanderers. You cannot be carrying IED or a grenade where it's not possible. So this could be an IED that was used in the Civil War can still be around up till now.
Okay, so the one that you said you said is South now.
That is Delta State.
So it's not. What would you say? What can you attribute that to? From the video we're seeing, would it also be them? It's not herdsmen. So what happened?
So doctor is actually saying it might be part of the IED from the Civil War.
It's possible.
That's what his submission is.
No, doctor.
It is possible. It is possible.
Okay,
it is possible.
So I wouldn't want us to.
It is possible.
And going off at different locations almost the same time.
Okay,
do you understand?
No.
Wait,
this is Delta. This is Benue.
That's what I'm saying.
So
at different locations.
Okay, so
don't put fear into Nigeria.
No, I don't want to.
Okay,
nobody's nothing but
I'm the last person to do
basically,
that.
Chomalina, this is what I would just want us to curb, right? I understand that some people are already traumatized as regards them being displaced, already leaving their homes and their schools. And presently, I know some people would actually scale from that particular area, either from the south, which is the Delta, or the Benue, the Middle Belt. But regardless, all I just want the Nigerian Police Force to do, or the JTF, the Joint Task Force, which comprises of the military, you understand, and every necessary force in Nigeria, please, you have intelligence as regards to the landscape and the land in Nigeria, okay? And you know all of these things. If you feel, just like what Doctor said, if you feel that there are still we still have some places that have been marked back then in the Civil War, please, you can do all of these things. We have equipment now.
Police has a bomb detection.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you have equipment now for you to go through all of these things
and
to
they detect it.
So please, we just beg you, okay, for the sanity and for the safety of Nigerians in different locations, okay, because at this point, we are all living in the hands of God. There is a high level of insecurity in Nigeria, but we would still pray that God will still see us through, and our force would also help to curb this particular insecurity. Yeah. We would like to go on a quick break. As soon as we return, we would take the trend. So you stay tuned on Morning Boss. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.